everybody, and welcome to my channel, FYI Reviews and How-Tos. But today we're going to do a little bit of different video. It was all out of whack, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with some of these social media companies and what's happening with our election and things of that nature. And as most of you know, the breaking story from the New York Post about the Hunter Biden laptop being left at a computer shop, and apparently it was some time ago. The computer shop owner made a copy of the hard drive, and just to sum it up, sent the computer to the FBI, who apparently sat on it for a while, sent it to various other agencies, and nothing happened. And then he sent his copy of the hard drive to Rudolph Giuliani, and that's how the story broke. Well, it's been verified that the signatures on some of these emails did belong to Hunter Biden. And when the New York Post tried to break the story on their Twitter account, Twitter shut the New York Post account down. That's a company, a social media company, having too much power. They shut down the account of the 5th largest newspaper in our nation because of this story. Now, some of you may not believe the story's true. You may think it's just a bunch of bull. Democrats are crying that it's Russia's involved in this and all sorts. But regardless of what the media thinks about the report, the media is obligated to get to the bottom of the truth and get to the truth. But the media is refusing to report on the story. They're refusing to investigate the story. It's absolutely refusing to do anything. The social media companies are shutting down this story because they don't want any type of bad report to come out against Joe Biden. Joe Biden has hired a lot of the high up representatives in various social media companies that's going to be involved in his administration if he's elected. So what we have right here is a direct assault on the First Amendment. Now, Joe Biden himself has said that he wants to come after your guns. But let me tell you, the Second Amendment, which gives us the right to bear arms, protects our right to the First Amendment, which is under assault right now. I think it's time, and I just found out that Bob Barr, the Attorney General, is bringing antitrust, antitrust lawsuit against Google. And this should have been done years ago. It's way past time for this. And for those of you that don't know what an antitrust lawsuit is, it's saying that companies have become so big and powerful that they're violating the antitrust laws of the United States. In other words, Google has become too big and powerful, that are so big and powerful that they are crushing anybody that stands up to compete against them. These companies also become so powerful is that they are attempting to influence our government, control our government, influence what you hear on our media, so forth. So it is far past time for this to happen. If this happens, and if they do it right, which hopefully they do, it will break up these companies. Now that doesn't mean that you'll no longer have Google, doesn't mean that you'll no longer have your Facebook account or what have you. What that means is there's going to be a lot of other companies that's going to be coming into play here. Also, these large companies are going to be regulated somewhat, and it's time for us to do this. It's past time for us to do it. Google has went on record that Google has kept a record of every computer conversation since two computers were linked together. That's a lot of power, guys. Facebook knows everything about us. That's a lot of power. So it's time for these antitrust laws to be brought into play, and look at the possibility of that these social media companies have violated the antitrust laws. Now, with that being said, let's look at our news media. How many of you watch Fox News or MSNBC or CNBC or ABC or what have you? You can see one report. Let's say, look at especially a political report, and look at a political report on MSNBC, and look at the same story on Fox News, and you'll see two totally different slants on the same story. And this should not be. Guys, we no longer have a free press. We have news outlets that are controlled by these larger conglomerate companies, which I think there's a total of 6 larger conglomerate companies that are totally controlling all of the news outlets in the nation. This is crazy, and this should not be. When these news outlets are no longer being the watchdog for us, the people, but they're just being outlets for these larger conglomerate companies, and they are reflecting the views of these larger conglomerate companies. We have a problem, because these larger companies, they send their lobbyists to Washington, and these lobbyists are giving special favors to senators, congressmen, you name it, in Washington, and you know, they're contributing to certain elections and stuff. So you know, they're influencing our government in many different ways, and it's time for it to stop. It's time for us to stand up and stop this. And you know, personally, I am a Trump supporter all the way, because Trump is draining the swamp, and you know what? The swamp is trying to fight back. But it's time for us to put a stop to this. It's time for us to stand behind our president. It's time for us to take back our country and let the government know that we run this country, and not them. This is what we're seeing here today. In these days with our government, it is totally outrageous. It's absolutely outrageous. So guys, go to the polls. I voted this morning. Go to the polls. You know, put your vote in for Trump and Pence, because right now these companies, their feet are being held to the fire right now. And if we elect Joe Biden into office, all of that is going to go away. We're going to have these companies controlling our lives even more. You know what? These companies ought to be thankful that we are using them, instead of us being thankful that they're around. They need us more than we need them. Let's show them that come election day. Let's show them that they need us more than we need them. Vote Trump and Pence 2020. See you guys later. Till next time, love each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that bell button. I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.